I'm just going to do a quick and sweet rundown of the Ron Francis Cobra 75 wiring harness. Right here, this is an 88 Mustang 302 with the Ron Francis wiring harness in there. And as you can see, we've got the main plug here, which goes to your ECM, and you're going to have pretty much 4 connections you're going to want to hook up. This is to your fuel pump. I have yet to hook this up, but on an 86 Bronco 2 specifically, this is the connection you're going to want to hook that up to. This will run your inline and your in-tank fuel pump. But that's pretty much the first connection. The second connection, well, the second and third. So this one right here is going to be your start, or your ignition run, the orange one. So you're going to want to have that 12 volt constant pretty much all the time. So what I did was I wired that to a toggle switch inside the cab. I'll show you that in a second. And then we're going to have 12 volt cranking, which is the purple. You're going to want to run that to your starter solenoid, and that's going to be on the side that goes to the starter down. So you're only having power when you're cranking. And then the third connection is going to be the main one. It's this big red wire here. This wraps all the way around the other side and goes to my battery, which is literally just a battery connection. That just needs 12 volts all the time. And then pretty much from there, you're all hooked up. You've got your 4 connections. That should give you spark, and it should give you a fuel pump, and you'll get your ECM power when cranking and when running. So inside the rig, the way I have it set up is wires back here, but that orange wire, your ignition start, I have it hardwired to a toggle switch. So when this is on, you're going to be getting power to your ECM, spark, everything right here is on. Fuel pump. This is my starter. So pretty much all you really have to do is hook up those 4 wires in the Ron Francis. I'll show you where I hooked up my ignition crank. So this wire right here, I extended it with the red wire, but this comes into the loom, wraps around all the way to the ECM. That's going to be your purple wire, your ignition crank. And then simple setup for your starter, just a normal push button switch. You've got to your solenoid and then to your battery, and that's ran to the switch inside through this loom as well. Really simple setup. Main issue you're going to run into is extending these wires right here. The Cobra 75 harness, it's not specific to any swap, so when you put it in, you get what you get, and then you make it work with what you got.